I'm carefree. I have autism. Is YouTube the best outlet to complain about your workplace? Even though you are entitled to the First Amendment, it does not dismiss the fact that your workplace can fire you if they find content on your channel that that talks negatively about the workplace which you work for. Can they sue you? If you are mentioning a person's name and you're defaming them, that person can, however, file an action lawsuit against you. In the state of North Carolina, there's a thing called an at-will, which means that you can get fired or terminated for, there's no reason at all. They can terminate you just because simply they don't like you. They don't have to have a reason. But they also have to prove that the reason isn't because of discrimination. But other than that, they don't have to have a reason. I made videos complaining about my workplace. And I thought for the longest time, if you left names out of your mouth, that you'd be okay. Okay, sure, you're not going to get sued. That's the best. If you leave names out of your mouth when you're talking about somebody, they can't sue you, but they can fire you. They can fire you. So, if you're using YouTube as an outlet, how is the best way for you to handle what you're dealing with in your workplace? What's the best way to do? What's the best thing to do? You can talk about somebody as long as you don't mention their name. You can talk about the people you work with as long as you don't mention that the people you're talking about are your employers or employees. Okay, that's a loophole. If you're going to talk about somebody that you work with and you're getting on your nerves, don't mention their name. Don't even mention that they are an employer or employee. Just refer to them that there is this person who gets on my nerves. She nags on me all the time. I could say a she, but as long as I'm not mentioning a name or giving any other description on the person, I just refer to that person as a she, so you know the person's a female. But I never mention that the person is an employer. So I could be talking about a family member. I could be talking about a neighbor. But as long as I keep my name out of their mouth and I don't mention their profession and where they work and where they live, then I'm not violating any laws. I'm not breaking any rules. So let's say, for instance, I want to complain about somebody. Does that somebody work with me? Does that person not work with me? Is that person a neighbor next door? Is that person a family member? I'm not going to tell you who this person is. But what I will tell you is that this person is a he. This person has an intellectual disability. This person was, how do I put it? This person was given things and was given things that I wasn't given. That person was earning things and this person was earning things that I wasn't given. Did that person work hard enough for it? Maybe. Did I work just as hard? Maybe, maybe not. But I cannot mention if the person works for me or not. But this person, let's say this person was granted, let's say that this person was granted something that I wasn't granted. Let's say that this person was given the opportunity to do something that I wasn't given the opportunity to do. Does this simply imply that the person I'm talking about works in the same industry as me? No. It could also imply that it could be somebody within my family. That the person I could be hinting out that this person got a will that I didn't get. It could be a number of things. But I gotta be very discreet, extremely discreet. Because if I even mention that the person is an employer, then all that person has to do when they watch my videos, connect the dots, and if they figure out that I'm talking about them, then they have a reason to fire me. But they can't sue me. But if I were to mention their name, then they could sue me. So, how's the best way to deal with work stress? Don't do what I did, and because even though you leave out names, my workplace is going to fire me because I talked about certain people, even though I never mentioned their names. I hinted out certain people, and I had to sign my name under a stupid apology letter just to keep my job, because if I didn't, my mother would be pissed at me. So, how do you deal with this? How do you deal with something like this? Well, the only way to deal with this is not to complain. Don't give them a reason to fire you. Because if you go on social media and complain about them, you're giving them a reason to fire you. Don't mention the name of the company you work for. Sure, you can mention you work for a fast food restaurant, but don't mention any names. They can fire you, but they can't sue you. They can only sue you if you mention the name of the company that you work for and the name of the people that you're talking about. Now that's the good thing. They can't sue you, but they can fire you. And that's what my mom's pissed about. She's not worried about me getting sued. She's worried about me getting fired. Because even though I never mentioned any names, the people who watch my videos, people who I worked at work, who know that I have a YouTube channel, know who I was talking about. They knew who I was talking about. And the ones who I was talking about knew I was talking about them, even though I never mentioned their name. They can fire me, but they can't sue me. Because I never mentioned any names. And when I'm talking about when I'm talking about people, I have to blur my face out. So, how do I talk about somebody without getting in trouble? Well, as long as I don't call them names or say anything. Me, I can express my opinion. I can simply say that the person who I worked who is my employee or employer, fellow employee, I can say that. And as long as I don't give the name of the company can't do anything. I can say that, well, there's this person who rushes me, who talked negatively about me. They said things about me that really hurt my feelings, and they said things about me that offended me, and I got offended and I got on the defense about it. I'm not going to say who this person is, but this person said something about me and my scooter, and that this person made little remarks that I found offensive. That the reason why my mom bought me a scooter is because she got tired of driving me to work. And I asked my mom that question. She's like, no, I don't. She says she don't mind driving me to work. I'm not going to say if this person is an employee or a family member, but this person is a person. And this person is a female. So, yeah, there we go.